Hello friends, this is Roxanne, and today, I'm going to recap the 2023 soccer football anime called Blue Lock Episode 15. But before that, it's my humble request to every person who is watching this, please like this video and share it with your friends. It will only take a second for you guys to like this video, but for me, it will help this video reach out to more people, and make me get more views on my channel. In a crucial moment of the game, Naruhaya sets his sights on the goal and takes aim to shoot. However, Blue Lock Man manages to make a saving dive to prevent the ball from entering the net. Isagi and Nagi quickly move in to try to secure the rebound, but Baro is faster and manages to grab the ball, scoring a goal and giving his team a 3-2 lead. Isagi begins to realize that he and Naruhaya share a similar struggle, as Naruhaya excels at breaking through the defense but lacks the finishing touch, while Isagi excels at powerful shots but struggles with breaking through the defense. The player who can overcome their limitations first will be the one to come out victorious in this intense match. Isagi is determined to discover what he is lacking and is willing to try anything to improve his game. He tries using 2-on-1 passes and attempting to outrun Naruhaya, but Naruhaya is able to keep up with him. Eventually, Isagi passes the ball to Nagi, who scores and ties the game. Isagi comes to the realization that simply changing tactics and actions will not be enough to find what he is missing. He understands that true change can only come from tearing down everything he was before. As the game continues, Baro takes a shot from the center, confident that he will score, but Nagi manages to block the ball. Isagi manages to gain possession of the ball, but Naruhaya comes from behind and steals it from him, stating that he will not lose a one-on-one battle to Isagi. Naruhaya prepares to take a shot, but the presence of Nagi causes him to freeze, unsure of his next move. Baro approaches from the side and requests the ball from Naruhaya, who becomes intimidated by Baro's gaze and passes him the ball, resulting in a goal for Team Red, with one more goal to win. Isagi reflects on the importance of the play and how it could have led to his team taking the lead, but as he lost the ball, they are now behind. He contemplates if observing Naruhaya's movements could have prevented him from stealing the ball, but realizes that Naruhaya came from behind him and he wouldn't have been able to see him in his blind spot. This thought leads him to ponder if Naruhaya always positions himself where he can't see him. He realizes that one-on-one isn't just when you have the ball, but also includes off-the-ball one-on-one. And when he considers every move made on the field as part of one continuous one-on-one, it goes against everything he considered normal until now. The game continues and Isagi finds himself with the ball against Naruhaya. He recalls the advice of Itoshir, who had told him to read a book about human eyes, which now makes sense to him as Itoshir was taking advantage of Isagi's blind spot. Armed with the knowledge of his blind spot and the concept of off-the-ball one-on-one, Isagi now has the pieces he needs to rewrite his understanding of football. He passes the ball to Nagi, who manages to equalize the game once again. Isagi is now willing to tear down everything that makes him who he is, as long as he wins. He is ready to be reborn again and again, if that means achieving victory. As the game reaches a crucial point, Nagi reminds Isagi that the next goal will decide the outcome of the game and that they need to steal the ball. Isagi seems lost in thought, but Nagi approaches him and Isagi suddenly calls him a genius and tells him to be quiet as he is about to figure something out. Nagi recalls that Isagi used the same words during a previous game when Isagi had a breakthrough, and takes it as a sign that they will win. Earlier, Naruhaya is eating dumplings with his family. Some of the younger children complain that they are eating dumplings again, but Naruhaya reminds them to be grateful that their older sister got them free dumplings from her job. One of the children expresses her frustration with their financial struggles, but Naruhaya cheerfully tells her to smile and that they will get through it. The scene takes place 2 years after the death of their parents. Naruhaya has decided to become a professional player in order to make enough money to give his family a life of luxury and protect them. When he is accepted into Blue Lock, his eldest sister gives him a good luck charm. Naruhaya keeps the charm with him at all times as a reminder of his motivation. As the game resumes, Nagi takes position on the goal post to prevent Baro from taking a direct shot. Naruhaya suggests they work together in a 2-on-1 formation to get closer to the goal. He wants them to pass the ball back and forth, but Baro tells him to be quiet, that he will play and win as he pleases. Baro takes a direct shot, but this time he curves the ball, aiming for the left side of the goal, where Nagi is not positioned. However, his shot hits the top post and the ball bounces off. Naruhaya, Isagi and Nagi race towards the ball. Baro runs on the side and asks Naruhaya to pass him the ball when he reaches it. Naruhaya wonders if that is his best option, but decides that he wants to have the skill to take shots and score. He takes a direct shot, but like Baro, he hits the post. Nagi takes possession of the ball and prepares for a counterattack. Isagi realizes that Naruhaya tried to emulate Isagi's direct shot. In order to find the missing piece he needs to score. He then realizes that the key is emulation, and he needs to fuse his weapon with Naruhaya's. As the game continues, Isagi runs with the ball, and Baro runs with him to cover him. Isagi notices that until now, he has been neglecting the eyes of players without the ball. Baro needs to keep an eye on Isagi's movement, as well as Nagi who has possession of the ball. However, it is impossible to look at both of them at the same time. So Isagi waits for his window of opportunity and gets into Baro's blind spot. As Baro checks on Nagi, Isagi changes direction and goes behind Baro, who shifts his weight to respond to Isagi's movement. But in that moment, Isagi again changes direction. Nagi sees how Isagi frees himself from Baro's coverage and passes the ball to him. Naruhaya recognizes that Isagi is using his footwork. Isagi then takes a direct shot and scores, winning the game for his team. Naruhaya notes that it took Isagi only a second to take his skill and make it his own. Naruhaya is angry that the outcome of the game is not what he expected, and if the ball had gone in earlier, things would have been different. Isagi states that they were close, and either of them could have won, but Naruhaya disagrees and states that he also believed they were the same. But now that he has lost, he understands. He needed Isagi's direct shot and tried to emulate it, but he produced only a shallow imitation. However, Isagi is different. He took Naruhaya's weapon and mastered it, and it's because Isagi isn't afraid to change. Isagi isn't an average Joe and is always prepared to tear down everything he is, so that he can rebuild himself and become a better version. Naruhaya states that Isagi is a genius of adaptability. Isagi thanks Naruhaya, stating that after going one-on-one with him, he is now stronger. Naruhaya doesn't want Isagi to pity him. Nagi asks Isagi who they will be picking next. Isagi states they need to go higher and turns to Baro and tells him to join them as this isn't where he bows out. Naruhaya stops Isagi from saying anything to him. He thanks him for knocking him down. Naruhaya takes out the charm and apologizes to his family, stating this is where his dream ends. Naruhaya tells Isagi to keep winning until the day he dies. 24 hours earlier, Kunigami and Chigiri are brainstorming who would be the perfect addition to their team. They both agree that they need someone who is a strong passer and can complement their abilities. They spot Ryo, who is feeling down after being rejected by Nagi. Chigiri commiserates with him, saying they are in the same boat and want to defeat Isagi and Bachira for leaving them behind. Kunigami approaches Ryo and asks him if he wants to join their team. In the break room, Isagi tries to mediate between Nagi and Baro, who are bickering over who gets to sleep on the single bed. Isagi also wants to sleep on it. Baro insists that the bunk bed is too small and shaky, but Nagi suggests they settle it with a game of rock-paper-scissors. Baro argues that he is the rule and should get to choose first. Nagi retorts that he lost, and that Baro is no longer a king. Baro dodges Nagi's pillow and throws one back, starting a pillow fight. Isagi starts to wonder if he made a mistake in bringing the two of them on the team. Additional time. Kunigami and Chigiri watch as Ryo continues to pluck the toothbrush, lost in his thoughts about Nagi. They realize that he is still hurting from the breakup and decide to give him some space. As they walk away, they discuss how difficult it can be to move on from a past relationship and how everyone handles it differently. They agree that they should support Ryo, but also not pressure him to move on before he is ready. They vow to be there for him, no matter what happens. And this brings the anime to an end. Comment for part 16. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on another video. Until next time, take care.